So today we're going to make Egg Benedict, which is an American breakfast, and it's very common in New York, but it's become increasingly popular in cafes, especially for breakfast and brunches. So Egg Benedict usually consists of with an English muffin topped with a slice of ham or a bacon, a poached egg, a Hollandaise sauce which is specific to Egg Benedict, and that is again topped with seasoning. It usually, when you look at it, it looks like a very difficult dish, but it's very easy, very straightforward, and today I'm going to show you the most easiest technique to make Egg Benedict. So first we're going to start off with making the Hollandaise sauce. First we will need a hand blender. I'm going to be using this one, which is the Braun hand blender. We would need a blender cup. I am going to be using this because I can't find my blender cup. So to make the Hollandaise sauce, we're first going to start with an egg. Try to use a fresh egg and then get a bowl. You're going to separate the yolk from the egg white. Once you've cracked the egg, you'll need to get the egg yolk out and pour it into your blender cup. So just separate the egg and the yolk. Once that goes in, then you can add about a tablespoon of water. Then you can take lemon juice, or even you could use fresh lemon. Squeeze about a few drops of fresh lemon in there, and then add a little bit sprinkle of salt. This is to taste, so about a pinch would do, or you could say half a teaspoon. Once you've done that, you will need to get butter. I'm going to use slightly salted Lurpak butter. Well, this is a 500-gram block. Good thing with Lurpak butter is, you open the wrapper, you can measure how much content you need. So I'm going to cut up, make a line of where the first 50-gram block is. So like almost, it's just like a stick of the butter. So cut through that. You're going to take a pan, place the butter in, and we're going to melt this butter now. Once the butter is fully melted, it should look like this. At the same time, I'm going to add in the butter. So if your Hollandaise sauce is still really runny, you can put it back in the pan where you melted the butter. So I've just put it back in to get the creamy, thick texture. And now once that is achieved, I'm going to put it back in the original cup. Once you have taken it out of the pan and the Hollandaise sauce is back in your cup, I would use the blender again, just because it's piping hot. You don't want it to thicken too much. So this is to give it the happy medium that we're looking for. And this is the perfect creamy texture that we want to achieve. Now you can leave that to the side. Now we can move on to getting the base ready, which is the English muffin. Get your English muffin, grab a cutting board and a bread knife. Take your English muffin. I actually got these 4 in a pack from Aldi, and they were roughly like 45p. So you can slice directly in the middle. Then we're going to move over to cooking it on the pan. I've added a little chunk of butter. This is to slightly toast the English muffin. So once you've toasted that, you can place in your first slice of your English muffin. Place that on top. Turn it over. Make sure they're nicely toasted. You don't want them to be too soggy. Reason being, you don't want your bread to go to soften when the egg and the sauce is all on top of it. So this is ultimately going to be your base. Just turn it over, cook it till it's nice, toasty, golden brown. I like to cook it in butter. I think it gives more of flavour. You can use oil like olive oil or any other oil that you do usually cook with. And now this is the toasty brown look that we're trying to achieve. Once you've got that on both sides, you're going to take that English muffin, place it on your plate. Now to the same pan, I'm going to add in oil. Once your oil is warmed, we are going to add in the slices. People usually use either a bacon slice or a ham slice. However, I'm going to be using a turkey slice just to mix things up, and it is the festive season, so I thought turkey slices would be a great idea. These are actually pre-cooked, however I am still going to cook mine slightly just so it's a bit toasted from the edges. This is halal. It comes in a packet of 5. People who are not meat eaters, for this step you could use such as a cheese slice, or a healthy option I've seen is avocado slice, and that's a very good healthy option in the morning for breakfast, especially when you're watching those calories. So just get your spatula, drain the oil out. We are going to then place this turkey slice directly onto the bread. So once that's placed on the bread we've just toasted, moving on to making the egg pouch, which is going to go on top of this. To pouch your egg, you'd need a pan. In the pan, you can fill half of it with water. If you're using more eggs, you can use a bigger pot, but I'm going to demonstrate one. Bring the water to a boiling point, but not to the point where it's boiling and bubbling, just enough that so it's extremely hot. So once the water for the egg pouch is boiling in the background, we're going to take a mug. Try to take a small mug with a little, like a tea mug with a handle. And this time we definitely need this. It's not because we don't have the right utensils, just like we did earlier for the blending cup. However, we do need this, and I'll show you why. So you're going to take your egg, you're going to crack it. Just crack your egg into the cup. You're going to take your mug where you've cracked your egg into, and then you're going to place the mug and tilt it so you're dipping half of the mug in. Place the egg in slowly. Straight away, throw in some salt. You can use white vinegar. Don't use brown vinegar because it might dye the egg white. So you're going to place the vinegar around the egg just so the whites don't run away. This is an optional technique. And you'll need a big spoon. I'm using a Tefal spoon, something that's very deep and curved so it can pick up the egg. Just make sure the whites, push the whites over the egg so that they don't run away. And now you can leave it to boil for 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes, your egg should be ready and perfectly pouched. So I'll kind of show you what it looks like at the moment. That's the egg pouch cooking. So once your egg is boiling in the background, leave it to boil for 3 minutes, and you can start preparing as many as Egg Benedicts you need for your friends and family. So take your toasted English muffin, place on your slice of ham and bacon. As I said, I'll be using a turkey, so place that on top of your egg muffin, And this is the part where you're going to add your poached egg when it's boiled for 3 minutes. So now you're going to use the same spoon, remove the excess white, and use the same spoon to take out your egg. I've transferred my egg over and I've placed it on top of the turkey slice. As you can see, this is the egg result we get after leaving it to boil for 3 minutes. It's nicely, perfectly pouched in a perfect shape. Now you can start to add in the Hollandaise sauce that we made earlier. So mix the sauce, take a spoon to nicely cover it and place it over your egg. If it runs to the bottom, that's fine. Once you've done that, you can start adding your seasoning. I'm going to add in coriander. Just a little, you don't need too much. You can add in some salt. On top of your salt, you can add in pepper. And there you get the perfect Egg Benedict ready to serve to your friends or family. If you guys love the end result, click the like button, and to see more cooking videos, please subscribe.